I want everybody like to really like come together. We can't do this unless we all on one accord. I think back to Malcolm X, I think back to Martin Luther King. In those videos, you see the unity of the people. That's the unity like that we need to accomplish this. This is not just a little individual group of things. It's a whole empire, that we're trying to put back together piece by piece, but it's going to take unity and it's going to take the people. I know some may not grasp it as fast as others, and some may grasp it a little faster than others, but I just want to press upon everyone like we need unity. We need unity. We got to come together to accomplish this, because this is the biggest thing our people ever did in any of our lifetime. Like, seriously. But the only way that it's going to work is like if we come together. So I just want to encourage you, everyone on this call, to study and just get involved. Get involved, learn about your nationality, learn about the Empire of Morocco Constitution, learn about these treaties that we have named here tonight, so you can come in and you can help, no matter what the help is. But it's going to take us all to come together and be one voice and be known as Moroccans. And once like that transition happens, we're going to really be able to move mountains. We already, we have the law. We got the pen back in our possession. So that was one of the main, most important things that we needed to do. And, with myself and the other officials already in the empire, we already did a lot of the heavy lifting. But we still need the people to come together as unity. That's one of the main things that has to be projected to the world. That we got our minds and got our hearts together, and we understand that we need to come together and we need to do this as one group of people. That's the only way that it's going to work. And I want everyone to really understand that we got to come together. We got to come together, be one voice, one people, under one law, respected by every other nation on planet Earth. And once they understand that we moving as one voice and one people, you're going to really start seeing the dynamic of things change. So, just please, just start studying and let's come together so we can do this. It don't matter if you're whatever you identify yourself as right now. Once you start studying and understanding a little bit more from the legal aspect, you'll understand, how you are Moroccan, how this is our land, and what we need to do to get our land back. But, again, like I just said, myself and the other officials at the Empire of Morocco, and we have pretty much did the heavy part, and we are making progress. It's small progress once you understand the whole of decolonizing, but, we really have. But us coming together as one voice, and that being seen in the public eye that we standing together and we standing on Moroccan law, and we understand that we are Moroccans, that's going to be a big dynamic change in the public's eye. And, it's going to bring unity amongst us, because it's enough out here for everybody. This is our land. You see how the Europeans have cultivated it, how they're living, and, how they stick together. They may not always see eye to eye, but you can say that the Europeans or the United States, they do stick together. No matter what you may see on the news, you still see them moving as one government, as one people. And, everybody recognizes themselves as American. You can pretty much ask anybody, are you American? They're going to say, yeah. We got to have that same energy. We got to have that same output and dedication, and dignity about our nationality, about our law, about our Constitution, because it is superior to the United States laws and courts and Constitution. But we have to act like we know it, and we got to stand together as one voice. So unity is the key. Unity is the key. We can't be separated anymore on any type of level. Religion or any of the small things that we let come between us. The Empire of Morocco, that was one thing that we implemented. We're what you call a secular state. That pretty much means it's a separation between church and state, because we understand all our people may believe in this, you may believe in that, but that has nothing to do with us being one nationality and one people. Everyone respects everyone, but we got to come together. We can't let nothing divide us from this point on anymore. We got to come together. That's the only way this going to work, and we're going to get our land back in full.